A lot of news out there. Sometimes I think there's too much news, but I did want to bring a couple things to your attention, especially as it relates to our industry. And I'm Mike Salvaggio with RRC, and I think you may be able to share some of the good news that's out there. Yes, it is absolutely good news, and the interesting thing is the world does know about it, and it's only affecting, or seems to be affecting, the housing industry. I did a search this morning just for fun to see what was coming out, and it looks like the Fed's cut rates to nearly zero, which we know about happened not too long ago. Now, that doesn't mean that your buyers are going to get a 0% mortgage loan. That's not going to happen, at least right now. But it does mean they're going to get rock bottom interest rates. Somehow we have to share that. Industry experts all agree that this will not last forever. So it's something that we really have to be able to share in some way, shape, or form that's convincing, believable, and in the buyer's best interest, and they know it. Picture's worth a, 1,000 words. Here's your picture, and this one's worth 1,000 words. And it simply is showing, it's a great graphic that I've shared with classes over the years, $200,000 30-year payment, and the differences it would be based on different interest rates. I mean, today it would be about $898. In fact, some rates are lower than 3.5, some are lower than that. So even at 3.5, it's $898. Would you rather pay $2,641 in the 80s or $898 today? And the question becomes clear. The answer becomes clearer. So if you want this, by the way, or the presentation or the slides, just email me at mike@salvaggio.com. I'll be happy to share that with you. So right there at the bottom, mike@salvaggio.com. This is another little chart, and again, you're welcome to have it, that shows the constant rate for $1,000 borrowed at different interest rates. I've been using this for years to close a gap. For example, let's say someone is getting a mortgage at 4.5%. Mentally, I know that's about $5 for every 1,000 borrowed. So let's say their offer was not accepted, it was counter-offered, and the seller says, I want an additional $5,000. Well, I know that $5,000 at 4.5% would be 5,000 times 5. It would be $25 more a month. And my statement to the buyer would be, are you okay losing this house for $1 a day? And they'll say, why? And I'll say, well, because that's exactly how much more you have to pay. In fact, it's a little less than that. It's $25 a month in order to get this property. It is worth $1 a day, don't you think? And it is a great way to close, quantify, and let people get rooted in the reality of what just a little bit more really means. And the question becomes, are you and your family living in the home you really want and deserve? And if you don't do it now, when do you think you'll be able to do that? I did a search this morning for a young lady. She was looking for her first home, and it's only $160,000. And on the screenshot, right from Realtor.com, came this little graphic on the right, which caught my attention. And it's showing with interest, principal, property tax, home insurance, her payment would be $722. I thought, that's incredible. And it's a nice little property, totally redone on the inside. We're probably going to look at it tomorrow. So thinking a little bit about her position about buying versus renting, the big print giveth, but the small print taketh away. This is also saying that she'll have to come up with what? Yep, $32,000 down payment, and that's impossible. However, she could buy under FHA with a 3% down and maybe even get some settlement assistance to help cover that part. So I did some quick calculations and I adjusted for 3% down. It only adds about $121 a month if you're using a rate at 3.5%, which is $4.49 per thousand. And when you add that to this, her monthly payment becomes $843. $843. This particular property, if it was being rented today, would rent in the $1,300 to $1,500 range. So right now, in today's market, if you were to buy a property, chances are you're going to pay substantially, not just less, but substantially less per month than you would if you were going to rent it. That's quite a statement. Now, this is the type of thing you're going to learn in many of our classes. One I enjoy teaching is 7 Things Successful Agents Do Differently. That is a great one-day class. Speaking of classes, here's another one. And if you're thinking of classes or you want to book classes or your state wants to book some classes, think later this year. We're not going to be doing classes right away. In fact, you have to do some more distance learning. But this is another great one. Increasing your wealth with rental properties. It's a one-day class taught by myself. Pat Saby teaches it, Chris Bird teaches it, and it really does carry a lot of personal things that you'll be able to take away and build your own personal wealth. You should be in the business of not listing and selling properties, but owning properties. So you want to own real estate, secure your future, and what's a better way to do it than real estate? So get out there now, spread the word. Now's the time, by the way. Now is the time. I'm buying, are you? Want to make sure you do more of that, okay? Hope you're doing well. Be safe out there. Everybody's thinking about our members and families, and we'll come out the other side. We're going to be better. We're going to be stronger when this thing is all done. By the way, your buyers will thank you later. Hope you enjoyed this. It was fun putting it together. I enjoyed putting it together, and go from there. See you again.